What up, HyperChange? Welcome to another episode. I'm here with the Milfoil King, Joe, one of my best friends. How you doing, Joe?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
Excellent. So, Joe, if you haven't been following, this is the third sort of annual documentary mini-series we're doing on Joe. His company has started up the Milfoil King, seen it since high school, started from the bottom, underwater gardening. Now we're here at the Seattle Yacht Club. You guys have a contract with them. Can't wait to get the update and fill you guys in on what Joe's business has been up to the past year. Ton of exciting stuff. Warehouse tour in the works, maybe. Stay tuned.
Who knows?
Hey, Joe, what are we doing here?
Hey, yeah. Well, we're actually at the Seattle Yacht Club, one of the oldest yacht clubs in Seattle. And what we're doing here is we actually have the vegetation management contract to kind of clear the way for all the boats here from the invasive species.
So we got a lot of boats here, and these people need their water clean so the boats can leave. And
well, think about it this way: if you have a boat and it's parked at a dock and you can't get in and out easily without the motor getting trapped up, you're probably gonna have a problem, right? And that problem gets passed on to the managers of the marina. And so what we try to do is remove that complaint from ever being sent to the marina. We're trying to go one step past just, hey, see and do. It's more like, hey, they have clients they need to appease. So really our job is appeasing their clients' clients.
Keep their clients happy, keep their boats clean. You guys have your tanks here from your gear where your guys are scubaing, going underwater. They're on that boat. Wait, right there, right?
Yep, yeah. So the whole goal is we've been tracking and surveying this property the last 2 months to see how we can, see how the growth has been to be able to keep it at a minimal volume. Because to keep costs down, the real secret to keeping costs down is early and often. And so it's more like a underwater lawn mowing job versus anything else. Because you have your lawnmower, your landscaping company that comes and mows your lawn, once a month, once every 2 weeks. That principle has not been applied to marina vegetation management. And so we're using that here to keep costs down. Because if you were to wait till the problem gets super bad and it gets exacerbated, or gets exacerbated by all the growth, then you're too late and it's going to cost way too much to remove it, and you've already kind of blew it for the season.
Yep. And so you guys are a new logo, Lake Defense Force, and we're on Lake Washington right now, or Lake Union?
It's the cut between Lake Union and Lake Washington.
So is this a new service for you where you're kind of working not just for individual houses, but you're also like, this is one of the largest yacht club, boat clubs in Seattle. I'm seeing probably hundreds of boats, so this is a big change for you guys from going from that.
Yeah, it's a big difference. We've realized the value that we can create, and with the ability of the teams that we have. I'm just lucky we have hardworking people here. But because we can get in and work so hard and do work so quickly, we can actually. This marina used to use pesticides or herbicides, basically blanket and kill everything. That's been found to not be super effective, and the plants are evolving over time to be less susceptible to these pesticides. And so we found just getting in for bulk removal and getting in early and often is actually cheaper and more effective for the marinas. But it is a big difference because it goes, instead of one boat bay, it's a couple hundred.
Yep.
At a time.
So HyperChange lake management, no more pesticides, like the organic version.
Essentially, yeah, it's the organic, sustainable, and in the future, hopefully, carbon negative version. How are we doing, Derek?
Doing well.
So you got the Milfoil boat?
Milfoil boat.
Excellent. How many pounds are you guys removing today?
We'll probably get a couple tons out, about 4,000 pounds.
4,000 pounds?
Yeah, but it is
wow.
held down by water, so.
And how many bags is that? Got a lot of bags here.
20 or 30.
Wow. And so how often do you come to the yacht club to do this?
Depending on growth, we're trying to get, the yacht club has about 4 big lanes, and it takes about a day to fully remove one of growth.
Awesome.
And then about five times, and then some follow-up survey dives to make sure the growth is still under control.
Nice. Drone action from the Lake Defense Force. What do we got going on here?
So this is a DJI Spark. We use it to map milfoil and so we can target hot spots in the lake. So we're trying to bring some of the newest technology for what we can do, and what allows us to do is allows us to find more target areas, and so we can be more effective with our divers, and it allows us to get more work done easier, and also allows us to show clients what we do.
That's so cool. So you guys use the drone to survey.
Yeah.
It's crazy how the underwater gardening business. Who would have thought it would be such a tech business, right?
No,
I need a drone going on
exactly
to scout it. That's
Yeah.
awesome. So this is basically a data collection device.
Yeah.
And this allows you guys to like really map out a lake like on your own kind of terms and
Yeah.
figure out, where do we send our guys?
Yeah, 100%.
Is the milfoil right there? Is it right there? Is it way back there? Instead of having somebody swim around and find it, we're having the drone put in the work.
No, that's exactly it. It allows us to not have to put a diver in the water to go look where the milfoil is. And it allows us, because I can be in and out of here with the drone in 15 minutes.
Wow.
As opposed to having a diver, it takes 15 minutes to set up, it takes another 45 minutes to do the survey, and it takes another 15 minutes to go. That's like 2 hours worth of work. And so this allows me just to take it down to one person. I can get in and out of a place in 15 minutes, get the survey done, and we have all the information there. Then that allows us to also be able to go back and reference it for when we're doing bids.
Got my t-shirt on. Lake Defense Force HQ. Let's go check it out.
Welcome to
Thank you, Joe.
Lake Defense Force HQ.
Yeah.
Well, this is the office. We got obviously whiteboards on every wall. It's super important to write down and visually see what you're doing. Over to our left, we got 3 different offices. This is our drone / media guy over here. You can see all those different toys and water testing kits in there, so we can measure phosphorus and nitrogen.
Our whiteboards. So
All
you guys,
whiteboards.
you went from no office to actually having a full warehouse and location. It's pretty epic.
Yeah. So in here we got Lee and Ryan.
What's up, guys?
All of our senior supervisors over here in kind of HQ of operations.
More whiteboard space, ideating.
Oh yeah. Gotta have your equations on how fast you can sandbag.
Milfoil King, Lake Defense Force. They do their
That's
homework.
proprietary, man. You
Oh,
can't be
whoops.
giving out
Yeah.
sandbags
We'll bleep
on
that
the-
out. We'll bleep that out. Don't worry.
This is our this is my office / the traveling office. Whoever needs to use it, it's kind of a spare office, so that's why it's a little more blank. No whiteboard yet.
Wow. Loving it. And this is you painted all this color, which was the Milfoil King color pre-rebrand.
Yeah, it was the pre-rebrand brand color.
So, yeah, that's awesome. Are you gonna repaint? Because I love this blue, man. It's got
No.
electric blue.
No, we're not gonna repaint. I don't want to work in a navy blue office.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna remain a little eccentric.
So we got kitchen too. Look at that.
A little bit of a kitchen.
Employee perks.
2 fridges. You know, this is where the magic happens. We got our snack closet. You gotta have every single bar known to man, right? And tortillas for some reason.
Perks. So how many people are on the team now?
9 full-time, 10 starting Thursday, and then we have a whole marketing team based out of Canada and an outside salesperson who does about 10 hours a week.
Wow. So wow, that is amazing. And then what are we looking at here?
So here's our kind of garage warehouse areas where we store all of our gear and how we fabricate and store things. Lee met over there. He actually built all of this himself with help of fellow teammates. But
Wow. And I don't know if you guys can hear. Oh yeah, the fan. So you guys, this is all like custom. Like this wasn't
Yeah.
like, you're kind of a new startup and you've totally built this warehouse.
This is a blank warehouse. And the coolest thing is actually this.
Yeah.
We actually laid this concrete beginning of May. And it's a very slight slope into the corner where we put a hole in the drain pipe, and you can actually hose off things in here.
Oh,
with the
hose
fan.
off.
So
Wow.
this is actually the indoor wet area, hence all the wetsuits drying.
Wow. So these are all the wetsuits that your divers use to
Yeah.
remove that milfoil.
Well, we clean it every day because there's different types of invasive species, not just milfoil. And because we are in so many lakes, we have to make sure everything's clean so we're not the reason that new lakes are being cross-contaminated. It's a cool project too right here. We're getting into some dock repairs, and so these are some pylons we're going to be pile driving on Friday.
Wow. And so this is going to be part of a dock you guys are working on?
So they'll be these are 15 feet long, and it'll probably be about to here, driven into the mud. We have this cool device. It's a pile driver you put on top, and you literally put on top of the pipe and it just goes, and it just sinks them into the muck.
And it like lodges it in there permanently.
Yeah.
It's super deep. Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of it's kind of a cool job. It's going to be a part 1 dock repair, so they can kind of get it going. It's a small enough job that it doesn't actually need a permit. And then going forward, these are the same pylons that we're then going to be submitting a permit on to get a larger, potentially 60-foot long dock built. But that takes a couple months, maybe up to 6 months to get the permit. So we're doing this work now so they can have a good summer, but then also in the future have a bigger, better dock.
Amazing. And this is a good time for you to tell us about why you did the rebrand. We got, Lake Defense Force. I love this new, at first I was like, Milfoil King is so cool, but I love the Lake Defense Force. And you really expand, it's more like kind of the vision has changed of like,
Completely.
okay, wetsuits, we're taking out that milfoil to like, look at, we're doing dock repairs. You guys have really expanded the scope from that one sort of niche. So can you talk about that?
Yeah, so it's kind of funny. We had to do a rebrand because Milfoil King, while hilarious, wasn't exactly working for all of our bigger jobs, and we were getting bigger clients. When the guys come and say, we're doing a retention pond management job, they're like, why do we need the Milfoil King? We don't even have milfoil.
Gotcha.
And it's like, well, we're more than that, and we needed a brand that was driven by it. And honestly, we also had a different mission. The mission evolved. Now we only ask ourselves one question before we do or take any job: is will this help the lake? And if it will help the lake in some capacity, then we'll do it. And we wanted a name that kind of represented that. And the Lake Defense Forces, at least in my opinion, does represent that mission without even saying it.
Yep. And so is there any other companies, because I feel like when I look at this space, it's like a lot of people are like, they kind of have done business the same way. Like no startup has really looked at this and been like, what's the real problem here? It's not just that you have milfoil, it's that you want to build a good kind of connection with your natural land.
Well, our whole goal really was to do projects differently. So instead of us building you a beach, we're building you what's called a green shoreline. While you're using, it might look like a beach, what we've really done is interlaid natural plants around the edges of it. We've done a certain grading of the sand with pea gravel to make sure there's water going out. But basically what we're trying to do is facilitate a healthier, happier lake. So instead of having a bulkhead where the water can hit it and slap the side and wash away all the natural fauna and vegetation, which actually upsets growth cycles of fish or where they spawn, how they repopulate, we would put in like a log, and that disrupts the water just enough that a turtle can be there and it can be a habitat. So basically what we're doing is taking what people would do for waterfront services, but making sure it betters the lake off versus taking away from it. So it's making sure the customer has use and enjoyment of what they want, but then also the lake is happier. So it's kind of mixing those two things, and that's where we meet, is it in the middle ground.
And
the right people.
Will you disclose any revenue or growth figures for the HyperChangers? I feel like every interview I try and squeeze out something.
Well, the goal 2 years ago was the 3x. Last year we managed to do that. Last year our goal was to 3x that year, and we did that last year.
So tripling revenue every year.
Tripling revenue every year. And this year, our goal is to triple revenue. That being said, it's quite a bit of a heavier goal this year, but...
Would that put you guys above the $1 million mark in revenue?
That's the goal, is the $1 million mark.
I think it's crazy to see that, like, you guys went from literally, like, the back, like, waterfront gardening in summer in high school, and now it's $1 million revenue business. Watching you do this in crazy summers, like this house needs it, I'm gonna go clean it, make a little bit of side hustle money, and just every year kind of expanded it. And I feel like this is a huge step where we're literally like in a warehouse. I mean, for me to see like so it's like, okay, now Joe got a truck, like now he's got a team, and it's like now you guys, it's really like kind of a cool little startup, all these like crazy little projects going on over here. Like I've just been really impressed and inspired to see like it kind of blossom each year. So it's pretty exciting. What was the can you fill us in about like why you picked here? We're in like Georgetown, about 20 minutes outside of Seattle.
Yeah.
Cheaper rent, more space.
Well, it's one of the last areas within the Seattle limits that is still a warehouse and still is like a working man's world. So it is cheaper rent. We are in an older building. We did get a great price on it. But the reality of the situation is every minute we spend on the road is another minute we got to pay teams to be moving. We pay by the hour, and we don't differentiate between in the water or out of water. And so the key was being by the freeway. And we're right next to I-5, which is right next to I-90, which is right next to 520. So basically right here, we have access to the entire state really quickly.
Wow, that's dope.
Yeah.
So is there anything else we need to check out? Any projects we should be looking at around here?
Well, right in front of you, we got rolls of burlap, which is meant for our floating wetlands. And then right behind us here, we got, these are willow, and right here we got willow live stakes. So we've been creating our own floating wetlands because we're getting into retention pond management. And the natural way to do that is to basically build devices out of plants that wick phosphorus out of the water. Nitrogen plus phosphorus equals algae. You can't control for nitrogen because the plants want it to pull it out of the air. But what you can do is attempt to control the phosphorus. And so what we're doing is building basically floating islands that have plants that grow with a lot of phosphorus. And
so wow, so you got, I mean, this is huge. This is like a whole new
That's
product.
pretty cool.
And I think I'll put in some footage, and this is like literally like a floating thing in the middle of the lake.
Yeah.
And you're gonna grow trees, and it's gonna
Trees
look
and grasses
dope.
and branches,
And it's gonna be
yeah.
this natural thing, but you're saying it also is gonna contribute to cleaning lakes,
Yeah.
like stop algae growth somehow.
Right, so floating wetlands are not new technology, but they are new to the West Coast. Florida, for some reason, always a pioneer in freshwater sciences. Florida's got them.
They got a lot of water.
Europe's got them. We don't have any of them. So I'm pretty sure we're the only commercial company that has built or designed, built, and deployed floating wetlands on the West Coast. It's pretty, I don't know what that means, but it's pretty cool. And I think we've done
Damn,
it.
that's a first. Congrats, bro.
Yeah, right? Got
HyperChange.
it.
We'll give you we'll make it official.
Yeah, it's first.
Like a little medal.
We deployed our first one last week, and I'll be the first to admit it's a work in progress. But with the slow iterations and just getting it out there and seeing what happens, it's a step in the right direction.
And I love how you guys really push the envelope on R&D. Like, you're really looking for your customers, like not just remove the milfoil. What can we experiment with and really push the envelope? Yeah. What are other people doing around the country? Let's go find some sticks and build a floating. It's so cool.
Well, these are specific sticks.
Specific sticks.
Willow. Can't have any sticks.
Yeah. And so what do we got here? Is this just sort of like a gear?
This is just, so we have wet and then team gear, and then over here is each personal gear. So they're all, labeled with someone's name or someone's bag, and this is just storage for personal gear.
And I know you're a frugal. I've been begging to invest in the Milfoil King since day one, but you guys like built all this. Like This is like hand built on a budget. Like you really like bootstrap. Yeah. And this is why I think a lot of people are like, oh, I VC, I need to raise money, I need to bootstrap my company. Like the favorite companies my friends are building is like they won't let anyone invest. Even their best homies are like, nah, dude, I just don't need money. Bootstrap this entire thing, right?
Yeah, I did. It was slow incremental growth. I'd be lying to say, the real thing is too, like, what's the personal goal? This is kind of not the same thing Gally's talking about, but like, I don't really want to, work. I don't have anyone to tell me exactly what to do. I want help and I need guidance, but I don't want to be bound to someone to really.
You want to be your own boss, that entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah. Well, it's like, I think we can get better solutions, right? Because if someone needs return now at X amount, they're going to chase short-term profit. And this is a long-term game, especially with lake management. Like some of these solutions take 5-10 years to really see the effects. And if we're geared towards short-term investment, it's not going to happen. We're going to lose. It's like shooting yourself in the foot.
And it seems like, I guess, something on the biggest innovation for you guys is instead of looking at your customers and each thing as one job, you're looking at each customer as like a relationship that you want to build in the future of like, and really be that solution for everything for their water and freshwater kind of like shoreline management.
We're the one-stop waterfront shop. If you live on the waterfront or people on the waterfront, we want to do it all, and we currently can. So it's been a lot of fun, and it's interesting to see how that, we don't want to be nailed to one product or category, and so our category is just the waterfront, freshwater specifically. Yeah.
And this whole idea of like not just what humans like building what they want, but also something that really fits with the natural environment.
Well, everything's a negotiation, and it's lakes do have a natural life. Like over time, a lake forms because of something was dug out or some sort of split happened in the earth. But then over time, what happens is plants grow, they die, decay. They could become something called peat, organic material. They decompose to the ground. It adds like that much of a layer to it. But over 80 years of just adding this much layer, all of a sudden the lake's filled in. You got a marsh, lily pads are taken over, and you can't use it. And sometimes, and depending on which lake you are, that 80th year might be this year. So we have to keep people in mind that if they really want to enjoy these freshwater assets, you do have to think long term. So for us to help our clients out, we have to adopt that long term view, and it's more of education versus actual solving. I mean, we do solve, but we need to educate as well. So that's kind of been a big proponent of ours.
And I know you're on the Gary Vee wave, and I've been seeing you guys put out all these like hilarious videos and like Instagram. You're probably the most social media savvy lake defense company out there. What's behind that strategy? Because I would think like, most like underwater and garden companies are not media companies. We just saw your drone, you get all these footage of your projects, you're explaining it, really doubling down on that education piece. Where does that come from? Why'd you choose to do that?
Well, Gary Vee's a huge inspiration. I'd be lying to say if it wasn't. But the reality of the situation is, if someone else has the same problem, they might not recognize they have that problem until they see it. It depends on what form they're at. So we're pushing super hard on the Instagram, pushing as of last month. I think our big focus is going to be LinkedIn, just because we're trying to get some more commercial clients that deal with giant, basically retention ponds or pond redevelopments for apartment owners. So LinkedIn's gonna be pretty big. But really, it's just we don't know what thing will click with someone when, but we want to create the opportunity for that to happen sooner rather than later. And so it's just a constant push of content. And quite honestly, we're always working in really nice areas. So they're pretty picturesque, and it's fun to catalog all those photos.
Right? It's like for documenting.
Yeah, right. Might as well.
So Joe, this is the milfoil. This is what you remove from every project, pounds and pounds of it. And we've talked before about the potential to recycle, use some of this plant matter for something good, maybe even turn it into a revenue stream. How is that progressing this side of the business?
Yeah, it's actually pretty interesting. There are some future plans of how to recycle and basically upcycle this milfoil, and they're actually housed in this closed warehouse right here. This is going to be our R&D facility. It's not ours, it's a partnership with a couple of friends, but I think we're going to leave that one. What we're really doing out of there, maybe next year.
Awesome. So R&D work is going on though, because I know we've talked about that before, about how to, you guys are removing all this stuff from lakes. Where do you put it? The last piece of this loop, which frankly no one has been thinking about, but this is another way you guys are kind of ahead of the curve of really thinking about every single little piece of the business.
Yeah, it's really exciting, honestly. We think we found a pretty good source of what to do with this, or at least something to do with it, and hopefully it pans out, knock on wood. Well, last year we removed over 500,000 pounds of milfoil, and if we can't figure out what to do with that, that's a shame. So we got to figure it out.
Wow, that is
right?
Putting up numbers, bro.
I did the math.
So is there anything, any other top secret little nooks or crannies or widgets in here I should know about?
Well, that's a boat.
That's a boat?
That's a boat. That's a blow up 14-foot hard bottoms Zodiac boat
that you guys have suspended on this thing you built?
Yeah, for some reason we decided to suspend it, but
I mean, it looks dope.
It's kind of cool. It's a boat.
Huh.
Yeah, unofficial pull-up bar. It's always good.
Unofficial pull-up bar?
Yeah, this bar right here.
Oh, nice. Office perks?
Office perks? Well, when we were building the office, I was like, one of my main things was like, all right, where are we installing the pull-up bar?
Got to keep the employees happy.
Yeah, we gotta stay in shape, man.
And we got a nice work table here.
This is normally where all the tanks are, but they're all out in the shop.
Yeah, tank storage. So literally we have a dozen tanks out today.
25 tanks total, so about 22 are out.
It's a lot of equipment that goes into this.
We were dredging in one of our retention ponds, and rocks got into it, and actually rocks chipped out this cast iron
oh my
engine
God.
core. Yeah, kind of crazy.
Wow. Of 2020 is the notebook.
Having actual step-by-step directions on how to do absolutely everything. Dock supervisor, for every job, for every service, we have a step-by-step checklist items on how to do it, what to do on each situation, if the client's there, if the client's not there. Basically, we really wanted to make training easy, but then also we wanted to, pun intended, but we're in such a murky business that a lot of the times our customer wasn't exactly sure if we'd even done the job. Because they're obviously not at their house when we're there. They
didn't swim to the bottom of the lake and check that bottom barrier.
We have had a customer say, "Hey, we're gonna go down and check it," and I'm like, "Go for it." But one of the things was, how do we tell the customer that we've been there? We have these door hangers that we put on the customer's door with the maps printed out and any notes, observations, or any value-added services that we may have noticed that they might also need while we're there. So it's like, hey, we've been here. Here's the Lake Defense Force. Here's the map of the area that we did today. And then, by the way, we noticed that there's a tire and maybe a patio furniture set under the water. You might want that removed. Just give us a call.
It's like a diagnostic kind of report for your clients.
Yes, it's
really
a diagnostic report. It's pretty cool.
Some knowledge in here, though.
Oh, yeah. Because we found out that a lot of the discrepancy was not being able to have on-site employees, not being able to tell you what plants they were seeing, because each plant has a different way to remove it or keep it out of the system. And so now we do every Friday, we go over a freshwater plant, try to teach it.
Wow. A lot of education, a lot of stuff to know here.
Yeah, and actually the guys are coming in now if you wanted to.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I knew it. Take somebody
Yo,
down.
what's up, guys?
sir.
Was this the Yacht Club?
Yeah, this is the Seattle Yacht Club team.
This is where we were today.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is
so
them getting back
so they
in the
finished the project. That's the boat, and this is all the milfoil they removed from the Yacht Club. Literally. What did they say? 4,000 pounds? I thought that's right.
Well, I think we probably left some of it on site. I think they probably have some on-site facilities.
Yeah. So much gear. So the trucks, this is what you guys use to actually remove all of the stuff. So this is an important piece of the business.
Yeah.
How many trucks do you have?
We have 2 trucks right now. We're hoping to get a third. We're never going to go with Ford ever again just because of this issue.
So what, you guys had it in the service center for 5 days and all it was a software update, right?
Yeah. So the only issue is the computer needed to get reflashed, and the technician could not do that. So we have to go to a Ford dealership and spend $150 and 3 extra days of time not having our truck.
Wow. And so my channel, Tesla fans, I got a Cybertruck on order. I'm pitching Joe, the Milfoil King. You need a Cybertruck, Joe. Milfoil Blue.
No, we do not need a Cybertruck.
Yeah, tell me why not. Why is the Cybertruck?
Cybertrucks are good and all, and they help the environment, but the 6-foot bed in a Cybertruck would not be enough space for us to do our job.
So you guys have an 8-foot bed here, right?
This is an 8-foot bed.
And you were telling me like you're literally stacking this thing like this, filled with milfoil, right?
Yeah, we stack above the cab on some of our marina jobs, just full of milfoil when we're doing removals.
Wow. Okay, so this is what I was telling Joe though. If the Cybertruck can floats into the water, opens the bed down, and you guys are just loading it in. It's like the boat too, maybe autonomous, drives itself to the dump or whatever. Too crazy?
Yeah, I think that's too far advanced for us.
Damn.
That's too much.
Check back next year.
That's cool though. I mean, I think it's awesome that you guys have expanded into trucks. I mean, little micro fleet here. I love it. So I'm hoping we prove you wrong in like 3 or 4 years for my next, 6 milfoil video, and these will be Cybertrucks.
Yeah, as long as they come with an 8-foot bed, I'm down.
Okay. All right. Elon, if you want the Milfoil King's business,
We need 8-foot beds, man.
awesome.
And the stainless needs to come in blue.
In blue.
So what we're doing, I just recently partnered with a new marketing company out of Canada, and what they've been helping me with is really track inbound leads. It's really a sales tracking system. Most people we had a rudimentary one, but now it's really time to take it to the next level. So what we're doing is they built an interactive intake form for me. So essentially, instead of it just being like, hey, look at our services, fill out at the bottom, it's more of a complete questionnaire that narrows down exactly what you need and exactly what you want, and it allows us to reach out to you. But also what's pretty cool is that as soon as you're finished, it sends you a text that you can actually respond to, goes directly to me. And it also sets you up with emails. So it makes everything super efficient, gets us in and out quickly.
Wow. And this is for all the people hitting up your website?
Yeah, so let's check it out.
Wow. This is your website?
It's the website, yeah. And we got a little drift.
Dude, I love this slogan. Look at that. 5.2 million lakes in North America. Most are under attack by climate change and invasive species. We help owners fight back. Dude, that's that number that you quoted?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, we're doing easily over $1 million worth of milfoil in 2020.
Hopefully, that's the goal. Anyways, one thing that's pretty cool here that we included on this one was in commercial waterfronts, we included a slider of before and after photos we were able to take of one of our clients.
So this is a lake you guys worked with. It looks super dirty there. And wow, this is incredible.
Honestly, props goes to the web designer.
Dude, amazing. So that was a lake you guys did around here?
Yeah, actually in Kent. It's part of a 27, so it's part of actually a whole retention pond system, about 27 acres in total. This is probably this is the smallest portion of it.
Those results don't lie, folks. Look
Don't
at that
lie.
lake, crispy. AI Joe popping up, asking us if we need help. Nice.
This is for all your e-commerce stuff. So wherever you put an ad on LinkedIn or Instagram, that way you can change this link up to a different form, and you can then track how many hits you're getting, and you can then find out in the sales process where you're losing people. So you've already been put into it because you're like, hey, I searched for lily pads. All right, so then we start the virtual process.
Virtual
Let's get started.
process.
What are you?
Well,
Yeah, what are you?
oh, I'm a residential waterfront.
So then it just explains a little bit about it, yada, yada, yada.
We can help. Okay.
And then,
I mean, I feel like I got a
What do you
pretty
got?
big project in the works here.
all right, what are you
Like
thinking?
I guess
1,000?
2,000 square feet. Would be
2,000?
like, would that be like a boat ramp and then like around a boat ramp and
yeah.
a little beach? I'm assuming my future lakefront mansion.
It's pretty good. Okay, well,
So-
we're going to go with 5,000.
5,000,
So
you're right.
3,000 is right, the perfect, it's a 30 by 40. It's not super, super large, but it's a good boat. And then we got to upload some photos.
Oh, so I upload photos.
Yeah,
Okay,
why
really
not?
cool.
And then with
Services.
services.
Cool. Sorry, this is cool. Milfoil, lily pad, LOD. This is
Oh,
all the
yeah.
stuff, and so I can click what I think I need.
Yeah, like, are you...
Oh, I was gonna say this would be a good one to have. Yeah, I have no idea. That's why I'm contacting you.
Yeah.
Let's do that one.
So that's Galley. All right. Sense of urgency? Do you
Oh yeah.
really need
Oh
this
yeah.
done?
I mean, it's
Definitely?
getting hot. I want to swim and start
Okay.
tanning. So
All right, when do you need this completed by?
let's go by end of June.
All right.
Is that too soon? I'm kind of a pushy customer, so let's go with that. June 30th, 2020.
Let's do next week, man. Let's do it in a couple days.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's push it. Let's do it.
We still might say no.
I mean, you guys were busy though. So
Yeah, so it's fine. Figure it out. No, we're not going to say no. All right, we have Galley.
Is there like a subtle lake background going on here?
Yeah, it's actually the photo from the one of the home pages. We actually took this photo. Yeah.
Okay,
What's your-
GalileoRussell@gmail.com.
Galileo. Wow, I keep hitting the middle bar.
Double L. E-double-L. Yeah.
Bam.
Damn, bro. All right, we're gonna edit this out. Okay, so location.
98122. Just go with that. When should we contact you?
More of an afternoon guy.
All right, 6 to 9.
6-9 evening. Yeah, that's nice.
Oh, okay, we can do both.
Ooh, okay.
There we go. Check it out. Damn, that's it. You're done. That's it.
So now
Ideally.
that I've clicked submit, now it goes into your system. You guys
So-
can process it and know how to contact, know who,
So once that's live, what happens is then that it goes into the system, like Alex said, and then it texts and emails. But what's really cool is just the text. You can actually text back, which is way better.
Wow, that's awesome.
get text,
Customer
you can respond.
service. And it's almost like you're using AI and automation to really streamline the way the onboarding process. Because I mean, previously it's like you're calling up some guy, maybe you can't reach them.
Yeah.
Then you have to walk, every single customer is a walk through step by step for all these questions. And you guys have processified that with this. Really cool innovation.
Yeah, it's kind of
Technology, honestly.
Yeah,
Like, you guys are like, yeah.
Well, it is kind of fun. I don't know. It's just different, and you got to make it as frictionless as possible. And also, it takes less people to do this. So it's just like, okay, if we get it this good, can really effectively use the assets we have here. So
Love it. Thanks for showing us, Joe.
yeah, of course. Yeah.
We've got the inbound thing.
Dog,
Hey,
that's
Gally, this
tight.
is Joe from Lake Defense Force. Thanks for completing the interactive question. I want to let you know. And then you could just text that number and that would all work.
Yeah, it would text right to me if you texted me.
Wow. Incredible.
What's up? Wrapping up the Milfoil King Lake Defense Force video. Epic, the third installment. Definitely going to come back next summer to see what Joe and his team are up to. I mean, this is one of my favorite entrepreneurial success stories. Like, Joe's one of my friends, great guy. Like, I think he's humble. He kind of downplays how awesome this company is. I mean, they got 2 trucks, they got a boat, they got a warehouse. I mean, this literally started from nothing. He bootstrapped the whole thing. They're going to hit $1 million in revenue plus. I think they're just getting started. So from like the entrepreneurial success story, man, I think this is so cool and feel so lucky to be able to share it with all you. Would love to know what you think below in the comments, any ideas for Joe. And I think, my bigger vision here and why I think this is so cool is it's not just like, oh, it's a cool entrepreneurial story. I mean, this is a real business that's super needed. Humans, we make such a big impact on our natural environment. And I don't think we've really thought about it up until now. And so Joe's company really sells that solution, peace of mind. Not only can you get the most out of your property and your land, but you really can do so in a way that's harmonious with the natural environment. And I think that's the place where they're going to keep pushing, and their pace of innovation in that is incredible. I mean, the floating barrier to make sure algae doesn't grow that also looks beautiful. I mean, there's so many different ways they could go. We talked about Joe, repopulating an endangered species of turtle last year in a certain pond. I just think there's so many different cool, the endangered turtle recovery business, like really cool, great things for the planet, but also a really good business and service that makes customers super happy. happy. And that middle ground of, you know, that sweet spot of really making a really good difference and doing something good for the world, but also making your customers happy in a way that other competitors aren't, is super unique. And that's where I'd put the Lake Defense Force in that group. So yeah, just really inspiring story. Huge shout out to Joe and the Milfoil team and Lee and everybody for, you know, showing me around, talking to me today. Had so much fun. I'll see y'all next time. If you need any, you know, Lake Defense Force Milfoil services in the Seattle, Washington area, you know who to hit up. Tell them HyperChange sent you. Anyway, see y'all next time. Peace.